It was more of a manipulative, controlling tactic.
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic, Park? Sometimes I can tell. I'm Canadian,
Good. Good.
Huh?
America, Canada.
Of course you're going to be a little manipulative when you're trying to get your girl back.
Exactly.
Or man.
Talk about it, Parks.
Yeah, it wasn't, but I wasn't, no. It just was something that he
You never manipulated a man to get him back?
Lie.
Please lie to me.
Please lie.
Okay.
Wait.
That wasn't an answer.
Wait. What did you say? Spin it again? Spin it again.
I just told you on the episode I made yesterday, pay attention to their dynamic. I'm just going to start clipping it up and showing y'all myself. Parks does not rock with Melissa. Not at all. So start paying attention to their dynamic, because at first Melissa thought it was funny because he was so insightful on his one-liners with hee. But now that he's shooting shots in her direction, he's been doing this for a long time. Pay attention to their dynamic going forward. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. The vibes just seemed extremely off today, and they've honestly been off since Joe has returned. His initial episode where he came back, I was happy. A lot of us were happy because this is Joe's product, and we need to see Joe here for us to actually be happy. But I realized that happiness was actual content because the vibes are off. First off, Joe himself is the one that said no more on Mel's love life. Joe said this. Why is it that as soon as Patreon starts, he wants to play Spin the Bottle solely so he can ask Melissa invasive questions? At first, in my head, I thought this was happening because they're in relationships. And by there, I mean all the guys on the pod are in relationships, and Melissa constantly finds herself being single. So she should be able to take the jokes, quote unquote, because she's single, as opposed to people joking on sexual orientations and exploits when they're in relationships, which is why they're constantly deadened subjects. But even when she's in a relationship, I don't care how short it is in nature, even when she's in a relationship, it's worse. Why does Joe go there? Everybody made the assumption, correctly might I throw in, that Flip has a huge crush on Mel. Cool, I'm down with that. How come we're not saying the same thing about Joe? As much as Flip likes to be touchy-feely every chance he gets with Mel, Joe does the same thing, which is why there's a video or a clip circulating around making it seem like they kissed. They have to get off of Melissa Ford. I'm telling y'all, I keep telling y'all, and I'm going to keep preaching it because it's going to keep happening and keep going up. Melissa's gaining traction. She's going to get the confidence to up and leave. I'm not going to say what I genuinely think is happening, but she is gaining the confidence to up and leave. She is mute on all these Patreons. And I'm starting to understand why. I feel her. I'm on her side. You can't constantly clown on me 24/7 and expect me to contribute to the pod in the same way that y'all do with the same fervor. It's just not going to happen. Perfect example. Ice. Ice has been letting shots fly in Imani's direction. And if Imani doesn't check this, Ice is going to think that these shots, A, are true, and B, that he can say these things to you. If you don't check him, your manhood is going to be in question as far as Ice is concerned. How is it that Ice lets all these shots off at everyone's direction, but whenever it's aimed at Ice, y'all put the safety on? Y'all always coddle Ice when it comes to these jokes, but he's the main person letting it fly. We've already seen how his mentality shifts whenever the jokes are on him. How the hell do you think Melissa Ford feels in a room full of guys? And trust me, I am not an incel. I'm not a feminist. I keep my mouth closed on shit like this. But We just gotta call a spade a spade. I don't want y'all niggas saying shit about what I have gone through and am going through. I have my pod for that. Hey, I told y'all about Parks. But now I'm starting to look into that a little deeper. Parks doesn't shoot shots in everyone else's direction like this. Actually, when shots are fired at everyone else, Parks is the first person trying to deflect. But when it comes to Melissa, pew pew. Anyway, Joe has them walking on eggshells. I see why. Every episode my boss is here, he's critiquing what it is that I do, bringing up the people that critique us, the things that they do, acknowledging their points. I don't know how to operate around him. I can't blame them. One thing I can blame is the trajectory descending right now for the JBP, all of the above. I'm seeing comment after comment after comment on the Patreon. People are leaving. And I cannot believe you let Imani get that shit off about the Patreon. You must, A, know he's telling the truth, or B, really not give a fuck. Imani said he canceled his subscription because they letting bullshit get off on a $10 subscription. What? You know how many people are paying $10 a month for you to just turn around and say that this is bullshit? Dog, I know we're heavily vested in the JBP. I'm one of those people. But you can't continue to feed people bullshit and anticipate they stay forever, dog. Just as quickly as you ascended, you can quickly fall. Just as gradually as you ascended, you'll gradually fall. And Joe is the latter. Joe had gradual ascension. And now that he's at the precipice, now that he's at the peak, he thinks that he can't just fall off gradually. And that's why it hits you worse. Because you see 20% from last year. That's cool. But if you're looking 2 years into the future, you can't go based off of 20% of last year. You have to go 2 years back. If it's 40% of 2 years back, hold up. We're on a steady decline. But they don't operate like that. Because we're still getting paid, we're successful. Too many people are sharing the same sentiments, dog. Too many. And we're seeing it happen in real time. We're seeing it happen in real time. Also, y'all already know how I feel about Joe saying things in jest. He told them straight to their face. Last month, when I was absent, was the second best month ever with y'all here. And if not ever, at least for this previous year. That's saying something. We haven't been given a good product out for the entirety of the year. For the point that I'm missing and people are trying to figure out why I'm missing, so they're tuning in more. And y'all were able to keep in viewers. So this was the second best month that we've had when I was gone. You already know how I feel. He's trying to run a business. Joe is done podding, dog. It's just clear as day. These pods wouldn't be as lackluster as they have been if Joe still cared as much about podding as he does. Anytime someone tells you, y'all know how much I love working. Y'all know how much I love being here. Uh-oh. Whoa. That rings off bells to me. It's letting me know it's the opposite. I don't love doing this anymore. I do love everything that comes with it. The notoriety, the finances, all of that is beautiful. I just don't want to have to speak every day or be here 4 times out the week just to get this shit off. No. Y'all, I'm paying y'all to do that. And I saw the analytics. I spoke on this. He's seeing it in real time. The worse I get, or not even the worse, the more I get it to they don't want to pod with me while I'm here, the better it is for me. The more I talk shit and make snide comments and critique the things that they're doing outside of the pod, the better they'll pod without me here. This is all a build up for him leaving the face of the pod. He doesn't want to front face anymore. He wants to be behind the scenes and collect that check, just like all the other executives do. He told them in real time. That is a bad thing. It's a great thing for them, and it's also a bad thing. Flip pointed it out. Stop watching our shit. I don't even want you to watch our shit. You only watch with the intent to clown. He said yes to that too. He's telling you. Straight in jest, though. So people are laughing with him. I hope they're taking notes in the back of their heads. Shit is about to hit the fans this year. We're all about to see this happen in real time. Do not be surprised. Don't be surprised. For real, though, when Joe makes his exit, it's still named the Joe Budden Podcast. Melissa makes her exit. Hot and Bothered's doing numbers just like Joe Budden. What people can't anticipate or see these drop-offs happening in real time, but I'm seeing it happen in real time. They did have a good run without him because they are cohesive without him. That's by design. But we'll see. We'll see. I love being wrong because it still gives me content. But at the end of the day, I just don't think I'm wrong on this one. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, quick side note. Yes, I did change the name of my channel, but that's only so I can start speaking on other topics. Feel free to watch those videos if y'all like. I'm not going to ask y'all to if y'all don't want to, though. I will absolutely still continue making JBP content daily like I have been. That's not changing. I'm just trying to expand the horizons, not switch the horizons. Make sure y'all leave comments in the comment section. Let's engage with the video. Make sure y'all like the video. And make sure you subscribe to the page if you haven't already. I appreciate you. Until tomorrow, peace.